Unpopular opinion, I am not a fan of the fake body positivity movement. Wear things that complement your body frame. Stop wearing things and the only thing you see in the comment section is, I love your confidence. Since they laughing, wear stuff that complements you, that looks good on you, that brings out your best features. Stop it. Stop it.
Hey guys, welcome back to the 1 Year 100 Pounds podcast. I am not in today's video simply because I just want to jump on here real quick and share my thoughts. One of you just sent this reel over to me. Thanks, Melody. And I thought it was really funny, but I thought it brought up an interesting topic about body positivity and this kind of like fake confidence, I think, that they try to instill in everybody. And how we've talked about before, bigger people, fat people, they talk about how they're so healthy, that they're so happy at the size they're at. But I think most of us know that, most of them really are not very happy where they are. Because if they were, then they wouldn't have to be so loud and they wouldn't have to tear others down who were maybe not fat positive and maybe like to work out and eat healthy and maybe like to be skinny, regardless of, what everyone else thinks. But before we jump into it, let me just introduce myself. For those of you who are new here, my name is Whitney Holcomb. I am author of the book 1 Year 100 Pounds. I lost 100 pounds on my own when I was 14 years old, and I've kept it off for over 20 years. My book is about my weight loss, how I did it, as well as a tough love weight loss guide for how you can do it too. It is especially great for beginners, so if you are just starting your weight loss journey, then you should definitely check that out. But anyhow, back to the topic at hand. So yeah, I think this woman, she's really funny, and I think is just being very honest, and she is just basically saying, or what I gather from it is that, look, a lot of people have interesting fashion sense, and sometimes the things they wear really don't complement their body type. I think that there are some things that just look better on people with different body types, and that's okay. We all have things that look better on us versus look worse on us. We all have different shapes. Some of us are pear shaped, some of us are apple shaped. And there are just certain clothing pieces that just, no matter what, because of our body shape, and it doesn't necessarily mean because we are fat or not in shape, just literally the way our body is shaped, it just doesn't complement us. Like, it can make us look wider in different places. Like, for example, I am very much a pear shape. Like, I have thicker thighs, and there are certain things for me, like the baby doll kind of style dress, that looks really bad on me because, like I said, I have a thicker, thighs and a thinner midsection. So the baby doll dress just kind of takes away it doesn't show my shape. Like, you can't see how thin my waist is. So all you see is just this kind of like very square dress. And then you see my thighs, which look bigger. So it makes the rest of me look bigger. You know what I mean? So that's just one example of things that just don't look good on me. And this is true for no matter how skinny I've been. Okay. Because again, it's just my shape. I've always had thicker thighs, no matter how thin I am. So that's just one example. And I think, in particular, we saw this with the body positivity movement, how women of bigger sizes, different sizes were, told to, hey, wear whatever you want and be confident about it. Every body is a bikini body. And look, I am not saying I don't disagree with that sentiment. I think, yes, as we all know, there was such strict rules about what we can or can't wear. And, we are judged so harshly no matter what we wear, that, I think a lot of women felt like they just couldn't express themselves in fashion, or that certain things weren't for them, or that they had to hide themselves all the time because, God forbid, they weren't a size 2 and didn't, have zero cellulite on their legs. So yeah, I'm totally on board with that. And yet ultimately, I think everyone should be able to wear whatever they want to wear. Like, I don't judge. If you want to, again, if if baby doll dresses made me really happy and I wanted to wear them, then I would wear them regardless of how they made me look, right? And I think everyone has that right. And that doesn't bother me. Like what people wear doesn't bother me. But it doesn't change the fact that, look, again, maybe it just doesn't make you look that good. And that's just a fact. It's not, again, take that what you will. Again, if wearing something like a baby doll dress makes you happy, then wear it. So that's not so I have no criticism over people who want to wear what they want to wear. Like I really don't care. And I don't think that this woman necessarily does either. I think she is just saying like, look, for you personally, if you want to be taken seriously and if you do care about your looks, then understand that, you need to know what complements your body. But I just think that, the body positivity movement, again, like I've always said, yes, it had really great intentions, but I think it also kind of just brainwashed people into not even trying to be their best. How am I trying to say this? Like, I think it tried to instill almost like a fake confidence in people, and ultimately in many ways, I think it just kind of makes people like she said, people are laughing at you. Like it just kind of makes you look like a fool. And I think it almost too made women feel like, for example, like wearing a bikini or something. I think there are many of us who are probably just not super confident in a bikini with our bodies. And, maybe it's because we have stretch marks like me and loose skin, or, you just, I don't know, you've just gained some weight and you're just not really happy with, the way your stomach looks right now. And, I totally understand that. But I think that they made women almost feel like, well, you're bad for women and you're a bad feminist. If you don't wear that bikini, you should wear that bikini, even though you have a round tummy. Like, be proud of your body, blah, blah, blah. Again, if you are and you feel comfortable and you want to wear that bikini, regardless of how big you are, wear it. Okay. Again, I don't think anyone should judge you. No one should be able to make fun of you. Wear it, right? It's up to you. If you feel good, go for it. But if you don't feel confident in it, then don't wear it. Like, I don't know why that should be seen as like so controversial. And I say this because I've noticed that, even though like this is such a thing, these women are saying, oh, they feel so comfortable, showing off their rolls and their bikinis and stuff, blah, blah, blah. I have definitely noticed just in real life, like I've seen different girls like around town, in my experience, wearing like, okay, sometimes like they're bigger girls, I'll just be blunt. They're bigger girls with bigger bellies. And, I see them wearing things like crop tops and the bikinis and stuff. Again, you do you. However, what I've noticed, and it is very obvious, is that a lot of these girls, when they're wearing it, I've definitely noticed them like pulling their shirt down. Like, we're covering up on the beach. Like maybe they'll pose really, cute for a picture, but then as soon as that's done, they go and they grab their towel, they put their cover up on. So I just think it's interesting. It's very obvious that they are uncomfortable, that they actually don't feel confident in their body. And so for me, I always just wondered like, well, then why are you wearing that? You know what I mean? Again, it's not that I'm judging them for showing off their body. I don't care. It's more like I can tell you're not comfortable with your body. I can tell that. You clearly are not that confident with it. So then why are you wearing something that makes you feel worse? Like me personally, I've always used fashion and clothing. I have always tried to compliment my body and wear things that like I feel more comfortable in. Like for example, I've always been insecure about my arms because I have loose skin in my arms. So I very rarely, now I do, it's different now because I'm 34 and I don't care what people think anymore. But for example, if I'm, trying to make a really good impression or I'm, trying to look really nice, there are certain things I wear that complement my body. Like I'll probably wear more like a 3/4 length sleeve dress or something that kind of covers up the bits that I don't really want to be focused on. And again, that just, oh, damn it, my cat. It's just eating. Hold on. Jennifer, no. No, what are you doing? No. No, you don't eat that. Okay, I'm back. My cat was trying to eat something she should not have been eating. Again, that's just me personally. Like I feel better and I feel like I can be more confident and be more my authentic self when I'm not worried about, pulling my dress down so it doesn't show my belly or, having people see my stretch marks or my saggy skin. Like I just don't feel my most confident or ideal self. I remember one time, this was like years ago, and I was working with another girl and she was kind of heavier too, but we were talking about, I guess the guy she was seeing at the time. And, she was talking about being like intimate with him, right, in the bedroom. And she said something about like, oh, she just, she hated her belly because it was big and she didn't like how it jiggled or whatever. And I was like, just kind of offering advice. Well, maybe wear, instead of just taking everything off, maybe if you want, like wear like a really sexy nightgown or something to kind of cover up that bit if you don't feel confident. And then she was like, well, no, I can't do that because that looks like I'm not confident and that's not sexy. And I just thought it was so interesting because it's almost like, so she was going to still feel very insecure about it, probably not enjoy herself as much being intimate with this person because she isn't insecure, all to feign being confident. And I kind of feel like that is what we have been taught, like in the body positivity movement. And I think even in like magazines and stuff, I remember reading growing up and they always said, confidence is the sexiest and you have to, be confident with your body and this and that. And again, while I think it's a great sentiment, I think it can also lead to people, well, in particular women, doing things or wearing things that they really are not comfortable or confident in, all for the sake of feigning confidence, and trying to fit in and trying to, pretend that, everything is fine and they love their body and they're just this super confident, don't care about anything, but ultimately they're still just not confident. And that really shows. So it actually kind of like it backfires on them. And, and I think I've felt this kind of pressure before too, like with wearing certain things or even just with being like a certain personality, right? Like I've always been more reserved. Like I've never needed to be like the loudest person in the room, or even be like that wild kind of party girl. But I feel like there was, especially like if you're a millennial, it was, cool girls, they're super loud and confident and, they wear what they want and, they have tons of sexual conquest and it's empowering and blah, blah, blah. I kind of felt pressured to be kind of like a little bit of that person, even though that wasn't really me. And again, that would go for like wearing certain things or whatever. I would try to be trendy and wear things that like, it wasn't really like my idea of like, what I thought was cute, but I generally like to be a little more reserved or whatever, but this is what's sexy. This is what's trendy. And yeah, and then you do those things and, ultimately it's like, I felt more not like myself. I felt more insecure. And I think it shows outwardly. And ultimately, like I said, it backfired. So I think ultimately it's always going to come down to, you have to do what is best for you, what you feel most comfortable in, what you feel most comfortable doing, whether that's clothing wise or whatever, really. I don't feel pressured to do something or say something or wear something all for the guise of being cool and sexy and confident. Again, unless you truly feel that way. Like, I'm not saying that if you have a belly, you should not wear a crop top. Like, if you like wearing crop tops and you actually do, feel awesome in it, regardless of your belly, then do it. Yeah. But I also think if you are on the path of personal development and trying to be your best self and also just trying to portray yourself as your best self. I mean, yeah, you may want to consider not necessarily just what you feel best in, but also what actually looks good on you. So I think there's two sides to that coin. Anyhow, these are just my thoughts and I wanted to jump on and make a quick video about it because I thought it was an interesting topic. So I am curious to know what you guys think. I mean, have you ever had like a similar experience to mine where you, again, maybe it was clothing or maybe it was just, I don't know, something else. Like you felt pressured to be a certain way or to wear something all under the guise of being this confident, sexy woman, right? That has been manufactured, not only by people in the body positivity movement, but by the media. I'm just curious to know. So let me know in the comments below. And if you guys like this content and you're new here, become a subscriber so that you can see more of this content from me. Thank you guys for watching or listening on Spotify, and I will see you guys next time.